Hello students, in previous lecture, the writer says that good manners will spread good feelings everywhere. The author tells us the word of courtesy make the communication friendly and cooperative. The writer says that if you polite, others too become polite. Today, in this video lecture, we are going to learn next paragraph on page number 16. I should like to features in this connection, my friend, the polite conductor. By this discriminating title, I do not intend to suggest a rebuke. Rebuke means criticism to conductors generally. On the contrary, I am disposed to think that there are a few classes of men who come through the ordeal means difficult, of a very trying calling better than bus conductor do. Here and there you will meet an unpleasant specimen who regards the passengers as his natural enemies, as creatures whose chief purpose on the bus is to cheat him, and who can only be kept reasonably honest by a loud voice and an aggressive manners. But this type is rarer than it used to be. I fancy the public owes much to the Underground Railway Company, which also runs the buses, for insisting on a certain standards of civility in its servants and taking care that standard is observed. In doing this, it not only makes things pleasant for the traveling public, but performance an important social service. In this sorry, now in the remaining part of the essay, the writer speaks about a conductor who is very polite. The writer does not want to criticize other conductor. The job of the conductor is very difficult and painful, but some conductors do not lose their temper. Some conductors think that the passengers are their natural enemies. They speak loudly and aggressively to control the passenger. Writer says that means writer gives another example. In London, the Underground Railway Company, which also runs buses, and they have trained their employees with certain standards of civility, and the employees' pleasant behavior towards the public makes the journey beautiful and performs social practice. Next paragraph. It is not, therefore, with any feelings of unfriendliness to conductors as a class that I pay a tribute to particular members of that class. I first became conscious of his existence one day when I jumped onto a bus and found that I had left home without any money in my pocket. Everyone has had the experience and known the feelings, the mixed feelings which the discovery arouses. You are annoyed because you look like a fool at the best and like a knave. Knave means cheater, means dishonest person as the at the worst. You would not be at all surprised if the conductor eyed you coldly as much as to say, yes, I know that stale old tricks. Now then, up you get, and even if the conductor is a good fellow and lets you down easily, you are faced with the necessity of going back and the inconvenience inconvenience perhaps of missing your train or your engagement. In this paragraph, the author tells us that one day the writer was traveling in a bus. He had forgotten his money pocket at home and had no money in the pocket. He was sure that he will look like a fool at the best, knife. Knife means cheater at the worst. He was sure that the conductor would not believe him and sack him down the bus. Means the writer thought that the bus conductor was insult him. Next paragraph. Having searched my pockets in vain for stray copper. Copper means coin of low value. And having found I was utterly penniless, I told the conductors with honest a face as I could assume that I couldn't pay the fare and must go back for money. Oh, you needn't get up. That's all right, said he. All right, said I, but I haven't a copper on me. Oh, I will book you through, he replied. Where would you want to go? And he handled his bundles of tickets with the air of a man who was prepared to give me a ticket for anywhere from the bank to Hong Kong. I said it was very kind of him and told him where I wanted to go. And as he gave me the ticket, I said, but where shall I send the fear? Oh, you will see me some day, all right, he said cheerfully. Cheerfully means happily. He turned to go, and then, luckily, my fingers, still wandering in the corner of my pocket, lighted on a ceiling, and the account was squared. Squared means settled. But that fact did not lessen the glow of pleasure which so good nature and action had given me. In this in this paragraph, writer says that he again searched his pocket. He again searched his pocket and got some coins, but was not sufficient to buy ticket. The writer told the conductor with an honest face that he does not have money to pay and he will go back. The bus conductor replied calmly that he does not have to got sorry he does not have to get down and ask him where he wanted to go and give him the ticket with the ear of a man. The conductor was very polite and is very good fellow. The writer surprisingly asked the conductor that how he would return the fare. The bus conductor cheerfully replied wherever he sees him he can return. The writer was taken aback by the gestures of the conductor was fingering in his pocket to see if there is more ceiling. Luckily, the writer in the corner of the pocket got a ceiling. The account was squared, means coin, but the glow of good gestures stay on the writer's face for long time. Next paragraph. A few days after, my most sensitive toe was trampled. Trample means crushed on rather heavily as I sat reading on the top of a bus. I looked up with some anger and more agony and saw my friend of the cheerful countenance. Sorry, sir, he said. I know these are heavy boots. Got them because my own feet get trod on so much, and now I am treading, means trampling, on other people's hope. I I didn't hurt you, sir. He had hurt me, but he was so nice about it that I assured means sure, him he hadn't. After this, I began to observe him whenever I boarded his bus and found a curious pleasure in the constant good nature of his bearing. He seemed to have an inexhaustible, means unlimited, funds of patience and a gift for making his passengers comfortable. I noticed that if it was raining, he would run up the stairs to give someone the tip that there was room inside. With old people, he was considerate as a son, and with children, as a solicitous, means caring, as a father. He had evidently a peculiarly warm place warm place in his heart for a young peoples and always indulge means joke in some merry jest with them. If he had blind man on board, it was not enough to set him down safely on the pavement. He would call to Bill in front to wait while he took him across the road and round the corner, or otherwise safely on his way. In short, I found that he irradiated such as an atmosphere of good tempers and kindliness that a journey with him was a lesson in natural courtesy and good manners. In this paragraph, after a few days, when the writer sat at top of the bus reading, someone trampled on his most sensitive toe. The writer looked up in anger and agony means pain, and saw that he was the polite bus conductor. The bus conductor says, "Sorry, sir, I know these are heavy boots, and I got them because my own feet get trod on so much, and now I am treading on the other people's hope. I didn't hurt you, sir." If the bus conductor had hurt me, but he was so nice person. Every day, the writer was observed the bus conductor and found curious pleasure in his constant good nature. The writer was observed the bus conductor, and writer tells us his bus conductor's quality. First, he had inexhaustible funds of patience. Second, he made his passengers comfortable. Number 3, when it was raining, he was tip people that there is room inside. Next, number 4, he was very considerate with old people like a son. Number 5, and with children as a caring like a father. Caring means solicitous. Number 6, he has peculiarly warm place on in his heart for young peoples and always joke around with them. Number 7, when he saw blind man, he would set him down on the pavement and took him across the road or at supper way. Next, number 8, he was a good temper. He was a good he was a polite nature, and a journey with him was more of lesson in natural courtesy and good manners. So students, we will see remaining part tomorrow.